Hello, my name is Susana Castellanos, and welcome to my presentation for the self-reflection assignment about commitment number 3 of the book 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. Commitment number 3 talks about feeling your feelings. So, I commit to feeling my feelings out of all the way through completion, meaning I let myself understand and appreciate what I feel in order to use them for my benefit. Then we talk about they come and I locate them in my body. Understand how emotions manifest and sensations in my body, helping them see them as something momentary. And last but not least, then move, breathe, and vocalize them so they release all the way through. Meaning that I will let myself express my emotions so that I can release them and not get stuck in them. To further break down the concept of an emotion is energy in motion. We are told that to make decisions, we should always do it with our head and our heart, but actually, when reading about this commitment and learning about this concept, you should make decisions that you feel your emotions with your head, your heart, and your gut. Your sensations are a complement to your rational thinking, and your emotions are expressing these sensations. Therefore, when we take advantage of both, we maximize our decision-making in complex situations. Just as we have primary colors, we have core emotions and other feelings that are a combination of these ones. They are joy, fear, sexual feelings, sadness, and anger. As an example, jealousy will be a combination of anger, sexual feelings, and fear. Understanding and locating these core emotions will give you a very meaningful insight in how you really feel when you face a circumstance. Joy is the identification of moments that you need to be celebrated or savor in order to achieve satisfaction. If you don't, you will lose happiness and motivation. Fear is a notification that something needs to be known or noticed. Without it, we don't notice danger or live in denial constantly. Sexual feelings are different from sexual lust. Here is a representation of creation and creativity. While demanding, if we limit sexual feelings, we are limiting the space for creativity while still demanding innovation. Sadness is a sign that there is something that we need to let go. Without sadness, we lack the ability to move on or we stay rooted in the past. And last, anger is a sign that something is no longer useful. Without it, we lack a sense of authority and leadership, clarity, and it should be a sense of creation after destruction. These are your core feelings, and when you mix and match them, they merge together to create other emotions. So understanding at your core what you're actually feeling is very important. And when you ask the question, what are you feeling, it should always follow one of these core emotions that you're talking about, or a combination of them. Because at the end of the day, if you ask what you're feeling, you say something with I or like, think, and it's not followed by a core emotion, you're expressing a thought, you're not actually describing a feeling that you have at that moment. We are usually taught to repress our emotions and our feelings because we're taught from a very young age that we have to keep them within sometimes because you're supposed to be not very emotional when you're tackling the world. However, repressing your emotion, meaning not giving yourself a chance to feel your feelings and express your feelings, can then lead to recycling your feelings. And when you recycle your feelings and your emotions, you don't express them, you don't rest from them, you don't have that space of calmness after feeling your feeling, which will lead for you to overthink your feelings, and then that will intensify them, and it will turn your emotion into a mood that can last for a whole day or even sometimes years. Actually, talking about how to release your feelings, there are 4 steps. So first, you need to locate the sensation. Where in your body do you feel it? So the body has different ways to represent it. So for example, we have anger in the jaw, joy is in the core, sadness in the high chest and throat, fears in the belly, and sexual feelings tend to be in erogenous zones. This helps you to understand which core emotion we feel and how it affects us in our day-to-day. So then we talk about breathing. Breathing might sound very simple, but actually emotions can alter our breathing pattern. If we don't correct our breathing pattern, we can end up holding this emotion for way longer than we have to. Then we need to allow, accept, and appreciate our emotions. So we need to allow the emotion to pass, we need to accept that we're feeling, and then we need to appreciate the fact that we can feel emotion at all. And last, we need to match your experience. Don't recount your feelings because that can lead to recycling. When you match your experience, you actually do it towards a movement or a sound that will let you to really feel it, and then you can just let it go. I found this chapter my favorite so far in class because I feel it directly spoke to me and an issue that I have in my day-to-day. Because this chapter helped me a lot to locate my core emotions when I related to my anxiety, which is a very big problem for my life. I broke it down how I feel anger because I don't trust myself. I feel sadness because I'm allowed this feeling to overtake me for so long. And I feel fear because I'm too focused on how others perceive me. Understanding my anxiety at this level gives me a chance to create a path to actually improve it, and actually let me feel my feelings, carry them to completion, and after letting them go, I can prevent myself from getting stuck in my thoughts as I usually do. I found interesting how this chapter can be applied to a business setting. In the example in the book, it talked about how they got different leaders that needed to talk about their plan to reduce costs in the company, and they all were getting very frustrating with each other and everything. But at the end, because they expressed their feelings, I had 3 big takeaways. First, they managed to hear others instead of thinking at other people as your enemies, because you actually have empathy with what they're feeling. So if I feel anger, you feel fear, you feel sadness, and then we can all understand each other better. So because of the empathy, then you can find compromise. And last but not least, it helps them understand the issue from multiple perspectives. So when you're actually feeling it, you can feel your feelings, your decisions, and then that can incorporate the feelings of others around you. Last, for me, a practical application of this commitment in my life and in my work life will be, for example, if I'm in a work meeting and I have ideas, but I tend to stay quiet due to my anxiety telling me that they're not good enough or that I'm not smart enough. I get sad because I think I'm not smart. I feel fear because others might think that too, that I'm not smart and I shouldn't be there. And I get angry because I doubt myself even when I know what I'm capable of. I need to breathe first, get steady, and then instead of overthinking, and let my feelings go and speak out what I think and the ideas that I have, one at a time, so it's easier and everybody can hear me. This chapter taught me that we can build our skills and educate ourselves in a technical manner, but that the true leaders are those with emotional intelligence that understand their emotions and those of others. As leading requires to taking a team at your disposal, making them better every day, while on their own, their view and their feelings will make you better and grow alongside them. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation on commitment number 3. I hope you enjoyed it.